Thank you, Dr. Elmer. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Surprise Saturday. I'm going to be doing a balance and stability workout. One more time, in case that we have any new people. All we need for equipment is one item of your choice. I'm just using a jar of peanut butter for one of our exercises, but it's not even required. So feel free to leave it out if you don't want to or you don't have something. And then we're going to try to keep everything standing up for the most part. So no worries about a mat on the floor or anything like that. I'm going to be doing this without shoes on because it's a balance and stability focus. So keeping your shoes off kind of helps with using all those small twitch muscles in your feet and ankles. All right. So we're going to just start with a 5-minute warm up. So let's just start with some high knee stepping. Ready, go ahead and at your own pace, get some blood flow to your lower limbs and just getting a nice warm up in here. All right. Next, we're going to do some back kicks. So just steps, same way, but bringing that leg back. Just getting a little warm up going. Trying to keep it low impact, but you can, if this is not getting you warm, you can go a little faster or add a jump to it. All right. Next, we're going to do some cross jacks. So I'm just going to raise my arms to here, but feel free to go all the way up, out, and across with your feet, just like this. At your own pace is totally cool. If it's too hard to hop or you don't want to be doing much jumping today, you can just step and step. All right. Our next warm-up exercise is going to be a calf raise hop. So in this workout today, we're going to be doing a lot of leg work and some balancing exercises with our calf muscle here. So for this warm-up, we're going to do a calf raise and just a nice hop. Calf raise, then hop. So we'll keep repeating that. Make sure when you land that hop, you're letting your knees bend to a nice smooth transition so that you're not stomping down really heavy. Just keep it nice and light. Calf raise and hop. All right, awesome. Our last warm-up is going to be starting with our elbow coming to our knee across our body. So opposite elbow to opposite knee. And then from there, you're going to go opposite hand to opposite toe. So it looks kind of like this. Knee to elbow, hand to toe. And alternate. Go ahead and do probably 8 to 10 of those on each side, and then we'll get started with the workout. Try to keep your core engaged here. Stand up nice and tall. Don't let yourself slouch. Good work, everybody. All right, go ahead and grab a drink of water if you need it. We'll take about 30 seconds here and then we'll get started. Before we get started with the workout, I just want to say that our Up and Moving program aims to keep adults active during the pandemic. So And it's also a PE class, so students, thanks for coming, everybody. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to send it in the chat during the workout. Or if you have any recommendations or advice or want to talk, feel free to stay behind afterwards as well, and we'll be on here for you. All right, so we're going to be doing 3 sets for 2 rounds. So our first set is going to be 2 different exercises, 4 count squats and a single leg balance to raise. So the first exercise is going to be just a normal squat, but you're going to go down for a count of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to do a side step, side step, side step, up, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to repeat that for 6 to 8 repetitions. So let's start together. Ready? And down, 2, 3, 4. Side step, side step, up, 2, 3, 4. I'm putting my hands on my hips, but if it's a little bit hard to balance, feel free to put your arms out. Really focus on squeezing your core and using that side step while you're down in the squat as a little bit of a challenge of keeping that angle in your knee here to really feel the burn in your legs. And we're doing 6 to 8 of these. Try not to rush. Try to keep it a 4 count down. Side step, side step. One more. Awesome work, everybody. All right. Go ahead and finish those up in their next exercise. If you were here with me in December, it's a similar one that we've already done, and it's a standing leg raise. So I'm going to put my arms out, and you're going to stand on one leg, and you're just going to lift it as high as you can, like probably hip level is good, and lower it down. The focus here is on control and stability, so don't rush this. We're doing 6 to 8, just straight in front of us, lifting it up. If this is too hard, you can also keep that knee bent and just lift it up like you're doing a step. Remember, slow and controlled, stand up nice and tall, try not to hunch over. Good work, everybody. Once you've done 6 to 8, we're going to go ahead and do the other leg. Same thing, nice and strong. Focusing on stability, lifting it straight up in front of you, right to about hip level, or a little lower is fine. If you can't get there, no worries. If you also have a hard time with balance here, feel free to grab onto a chair or use the wall if you need to. Just one hand is fine. You'll still get the same burn in your legs. All right, once you've finished 6 to 8 of those, we're going to go ahead and do it to the side now. So this one, you probably won't be able to lift quite as high, but our goal is still on keeping a nice strong core, straight line from our nose all the way down to our toes. So you want to keep a nice alignment. We're just lifting it until we feel like we can't go up higher and bringing it right back down. If you want an extra challenge, don't let your free leg touch the ground in between your repetitions. Just go out and together without putting that foot down. Same thing, 6 to 8 on this side. And then when you're done, go ahead and switch legs, 6 to 8. Good work, everybody. Last one for this type of exercise is going to be, we're going directly behind us now. So keeping that leg straight is a little bit harder, but don't feel like you have to kick it way up. Really focus on standing up tall here and letting your leg move without the rest of your body tilting. Remember, if this is too hard, you can definitely use the wall for a little bit of stability or support. And go ahead and switch legs whenever you're ready. Awesome work, guys. All right. Shake it out, and we're going to do that whole round one more time. So if you need a drink, go ahead and take it. All right. So starting back again with our 4-count squats with the side step. 6 to 8 repetitions. Here we go. Down, 2, 3, 4. Side step, side step. Up, 2, 3, 4. Down, 2, 3, 4. Side step, side step. Up, 2, 3, 4. If this is just too much, feel free to take out the side step and just go down for 4 and back up for 4 if you need. Down, 2, 3, 4, side step, side step. Up, 2, 3, 4. Really try to make sure you're sitting back on those squats. You don't want to be like too far forward or anything where your head's over beyond your knees here. Try to keep everything nice and aligned. You should be feeling the burn a little bit in your quad muscles here, upper legs. I am. All right. Good work, everybody. Go ahead and finish 6 to 8 of those. And then when you're ready, we're going to do our single leg balanced leg raises. 6 to 8, straight in front, lift and lower. Focusing on stability. So speed is definitely slower is better here, as long as you have control. Remember, arms can be out or at the hips, whatever you prefer. 6 to 8 repetitions, and then go ahead and switch legs when you're ready. Try not to kick your leg like this, but rather to lift it nice and controlled. If you're having a hard time with balance, really think about engaging that core and keeping those core muscles tight. That's really going to help with balance and stability here. Good work. All right. Now we're going to go out to the side for 6 to 8 repetitions. Same thing. It's very easy to let your body go like this and tilt. But for these ones, I really want you guys to focus on head alignment right over that toe, whichever one you're standing on, whichever foot you're standing on, keeping it nice and still and just lifting with those glute muscles right in the back. and switch legs once you've gotten 6 to 8 of those. All right. Last one here is our raises behind. Remember, if this is too easy, don't let that foot touch the ground in between. Just lift it up and bring it back without stepping down. Slow and controlled. And when you're ready, switching legs. Awesome work. All right. If you're done, go ahead and get a drink, and then we'll start our next set with different exercises. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start our second set, our first round of our second set. And our first exercise is going to be a 4-count lunges alternating. So same count that we did on those squats earlier with the 4 count down, 4 count up, except this time you're going to have a split stance. So that means one leg is going back and one leg is going front. I'm going to do hands on my hips, and I'm just going to go straight down, equal weight distribution on both legs. Down for 4, up for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slide, over, and other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, 2, 3, 4. Middle, and switch. So every time I'm going down and up, right in between each leg, I'm kind of sliding. So I'm in this middle position here, and then I'm switching and turning the other way. Down, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4, center, and over. 6 to 8 on each side again. One thing about that middle position, try not to let your feet get out of alignment or anything. This kind of helps set a nice solid position so that every time you're doing it, you're in the same leg position for those lunges. And then one other thing to notice is, are you leaning forward when you're doing it? Are you leaning back when you're doing it? Again, try to keep that head aligned right down along so that your knee that's going toward the ground is right aligned with your upper body. Slow and controlled again here. Good work, everybody. Keep going. 6 to 8 on each side. Down, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4. Once you've done 6 to 8 of those, go ahead and finish that up as I'm explaining the next one here. We're going to move on to a single leg calf raise balance. We did this, I remember doing this in my last workout in December. It's definitely one of the harder ones on the exercise. So standing on one leg, I'm keeping my leg that's in the air nice and close. And I'm gonna do a calf raise and lower. We're gonna try to do 10 to 12 on each leg. The goal is to do them without having to put your foot down, but that's, if you put your foot down, no worries. If you need to hold on to a wall, that's totally acceptable. These ones are definitely a lot of balance and control. So one thing that helps is maybe to look at something on the wall in front of you. See if you can't stare at that dot on the wall and keep your balance. You should be feeling this in your calf muscle by the time you're done with 10 or 12 on each leg. If you need to hold on to a chair, that's good too. Hands on your hips or out, whatever you prefer. Think about engaging that core. That's always what helps me keep my balance or stabilize from like leaning sideways or tilting forward or back, is really engaging that core muscle. Or I should say those core muscles. Great work, everybody. Shake it out if you need to. I know our legs are probably feeling it. The last exercise for this set is going to be a wall sit, but with some steps. If you don't have access to a wall, no worries, you can do it just normal squat standing. But if you have a wall, we're going to go ahead and sit like we're in a chair, but without the chair here. So just against the wall, back up against the wall. And we're going to just lift our leg like we're walking in our chair position. Now these are pretty difficult, but if you think this is way too easy, go ahead and bring that leg up nice and straight every time with a raise in front. Or if that's too hard, you can just do it without the wall, and you can do your squat, lift, lift, up, squat, lift, lift, and up. Whatever you guys prefer. So there's 3 different variations there. And we're going to be doing 10 to 12 on each leg of the steps. I'm going to do mine on the wall here with the steps. So just alternating our walking. You choose the difficulty level for you. But all of these, you should be feeling the burn in your legs. You'll probably be feeling it a little bit in your glute muscles. Still engaging that core so that when you lift that leg, you're not falling over or anything. 10 to 12 on each side. Once you finish that, go ahead and shake it out a little, get a drink of water. And we're going to be doing set 2 one more time. All right, so let's get ready for round 2 of our second set of exercises. So that started out with our alternating 4-count lunges. So I'm going to start in the middle stance here, hands on my hips, turn to one side, Equal weight distribution in both legs, and I'm going to go down for a count of 4, up for a count of 4, back to my middle position, and across to the other side. Down for 4, up for 4, and center. And 6 to 8 each leg again. Keeping that upper body nice and tall, not letting ourselves hunch over. Good work, everybody. Last one for me here. Down for 4, up for 4. All right. Go ahead and finish those up, and then we're going to move on to our single leg calf raise balance. So whatever you did for hand on the wall, arms out, or hands on your hips, go ahead and get that position ready. And we're going to try to do 10 to 12 on each leg. Nice and slow and controlled. Same thing on these with standing up tall, keeping that head right in line with your midline. We're going right down from your nose all the way down to your toes. If it helps, find a spot on the wall to stare at. Something in front of you to keep your gaze. And then once you've gotten 10 to 12, go ahead and switch legs. You'll probably find that you have one side that's probably a little better at balancing and stabilizing, a little stronger than the other side. Maybe if you notice that, then next time you try to do these kind of exercises, you'll do a few extra on the side that's a little weaker, or you can write that down and focus on balancing that stability on both your left and right sides of your body. Nice and slow and controlled, not trying to bounce it. All right. Once you finish those, our last exercise of this round is our wall sit or our squats with our walking leg raises. Go ahead and find your wall, get down. You want to be at pretty close to a 90-degree angle right here with your leg against the wall. Keep those shoulders up against the wall. And you're going to just walk, lift, and lower. Lift and lower. 10 to 12 on each leg. This is easy. Straight leg up. If it's too hard, feel free to do it without the wall. Engage your core so you're not tilting to the side every time you lift one leg. You should be able to keep that back nice and strong, flat against the wall. All right. Keep going until you finish about 10 to 12 on each side. And we're gonna get a drink of water before we do our last round of exercises, or our last set, I should say. Now, if you haven't gotten it already, this round, all we need for equipment is one item to pick up off the floor. I'm just using this jar of peanut butter. Feel free to get something from the pantry or even use your water bottle. That's totally cool. It's not even necessary. So if you don't have something, that's okay. You can still do the exercise without it. Or if you're feeling like really strong today, you can go ahead and grab a dumbbell. Dr. Elmer's got some Nutella. Very nice. All right. So we won't need this for the third exercise. So go ahead and set that aside. All right. So our first one is going to be a side hop balance. So with these, give yourself, make sure you got a little bit of room here. We're going to stand on one leg and we're going to hop to the side and try to balance on that opposite leg and hop back and balance and hold it for a couple seconds. So it's hop, balance, hold, hop, balance, hold. 8 to 10 each direction. Now, when I'm doing these, I am a little bit tilted forward in what they call an athletic stance. So you want a nice knee bend. You want to keep your chest up, but you will have a little bit of a slight tilt forward. You're not going to be like this. So this is the one exercise today that we're not in that straight up and down position. We'll have a little bit of an athletic stance. So the stability focus here is every time you hop, really see if you can hold that for a good 2 or 3 seconds in between. Balance on that one leg. Good work. 8 to 10 each direction. So that's 16 to 20 hops altogether. If you don't want to jump today, you can always just do a step, hold, step, hold. That's totally acceptable. You'll still get that burn and you'll feel it on that balance with your stability. Kind of similar to our calf raises. If it helps to stare at something on the wall to keep that balance, that's always a helper for me. Try to keep your gaze forward and not looking down. It's easy to look at your feet on this one, but that actually helps, or I mean, it makes it harder to balance when you're looking at your feet. So it helps to keep your gaze nice and straightforward. Doesn't have to be a large hop, just a little. All right. Once you've done about 8 to 10 on each side, we're going to go ahead and move on to our last exercise of this round. Oh, sorry, our second exercise of this round, which is another hopping thing, but it's very adjustable for what you're feeling comfortable at today. So it's going to all start with a hop straight up, just like we did at the very beginning in our warm-up. But now we're going to add a quarter turn. So if I'm facing you guys at the camera, I'm going to go hop, hop again, quarter turn. So now I'm facing 45 or 90 degrees from where I was from the start. So hop up, hop quarter, hop up, hop quarter back, hop up, hop quarter. If you aren't feeling like hopping today, go ahead and do a calf raise and a step. Calf raise, step. And then you can alternate which side you're going to. And we're going to do 8 to 10 of those each direction of hop. So hop, quarter turn, hop, quarter turn back. That counts as 1. 8 to 10. So the stability focus here is every time you're doing that hop, you're able to hold it nice and solid, keeping your knees bent on the landing. So we're not landing straight leg or bent forward. I know this seems a little easy probably as far as the hop up straight like this, but it kind of sets us up so that we can hold it in balance here without moving around on that quarter turn. Good work, everybody. We're almost done. Keep it up. Eight to 10 of these. All right. Last one of this round is going to require our additional items. So grab your jar of peanut butter or water bottle or whatever you're using. And you're going to set it down on the ground in front of you. And we're going to do what I'm going to call a spiral pickup. So you're going to start with one leg back, standing on the other leg. You're going to bend forward so that you make a nice long line from your toes to your head. Pick up your jar, stand up. Go back down, put it down, and stand up. 6 to 8 on each side. Down, pick it up, put it down, and stand up. Now, when you're doing these, try not to let yourself just fall down and stand back up really fast. Keep it nice and slow and controlled, all the way down, all the way up. 6 to 8 on each side. If this is a little bit too hard, put your foot down in between, that's okay. Or feel free to keep that leg bent when you go down and up. When you switch sides, go ahead and switch hands too. Try not to let yourself round at the shoulders. Try to keep a nice straight back here. You should be feeling this in your hamstrings. So that's right in the back of your leg right here. You'll probably feel it in your core a little bit. Maybe some in your hip flexors, so right here on the front. Good work, everybody. Go ahead and finish 6 to 8 of those. And then when you're done with that, move your jar aside and get a drink of water. Take your time though. Awesome work, everybody. Once you're ready to go, we're going to do one more round of those 3 exercises for our final set. If you need to shake it out a little, go for it. All those little tiny muscles in our feet are working, especially if you're doing it with just barefoot. I can feel it in my ankles even. All right, here we go. Last round of our last 3 exercises. So starting with those side hop balances, 8 to 10 in each direction. So 16 to 20 altogether. Really focus on holding it for a second before you jump over across to the other side. Jump and hold. Jump and hold. and hold. Good. Or step and hold if you don't want to jump today. Remember to keep breathing. Don't hold your breath on these. I know we're getting a little bit of a cardio workout in today too with this. Good work, everybody. All right. Finish up your 8 to 10. And we'll move on to our next exercise, which is our hop and our turn. If you're feeling up for it, we can do a half turn today. So that's 180 degrees around. So hop up, half turn, hop up, half turn back. Otherwise, just keep it at the quarter turn if you want. Whatever you guys are feeling. Quarter turn is good, half turn is good. Whatever you can do where you still have control. That's kind of the key here. If you're doing a quarter, or if you're doing a half and you're like whipping it around and you can't hold that nice strong balance, just keep it at a quarter for now. Let's go ahead and do 10 to 12 each way. Remember, you're trying to land with nice soft knees, nice bend in the knees. Keep your upper body in that athletic stance that we talked about earlier. Good work, everybody. Once you're ready, last exercise of the day, our spiral pickups. Go ahead and grab your jar, set it down in front of you. I guess I'm standing about 1 to 2 feet away from my jar as I extend forward, a nice long straight line, pick up my jar, and come back to standing. Going down, coming back up. Nice and controlled movement. Let's do 8 to 10 on each side with these. Whatever you feel pushes yourself just over that threshold of where it starts to burn. Good work, everybody. Switch sides when you're ready. I like to do some balance and stability workouts like these where it's low impact. We're all standing. We don't have to go on the floor too much. We're working all those little muscles that don't always get a lot of attention. And of course, it's a great workout for your everyday movements, just because it's all those muscles that you use to do everyday tasks like just walking or any sort of athletic exercise. All right. Once you guys are finished with that, that was our last workout exercise, but we're going to do a little bit of cool down stretching. So we're just going to start. I'll give you a second. Grab a drink if you want. Set your jar down. Good job, everybody. All right, we're just going to start the cool down with some side steps and arm swings. Nice and light. Remember, cool down's trying to, we're not trying to like work anything here. We're just trying to kind of stretch out. If you have a wall or a chair and you want to grab it, we're going to grab and do a quadricep stretch. So that's the muscle right in the front of our upper leg here. Grab your ankle and just hold it right here. You should be feeling it right down here in the front of your legs since we did all that squatting today. Try to, if you need a little bit more of a stretch, try to really push those hips forward. And you should feel it right at the top of your hip crease here. And then go ahead and switch legs. Stand up tall. Awesome job. All right. Now we're going to come to that stance that we did while we were in the lunges. And we're going to swing over to one side, tilt a little bit. However far you want to go, it's up to you. You'll probably feel this right along your side here, but also in that inner leg there that you're stretching against. Hold that for a little bit, and then we'll switch other side. I feel this in my inner thigh. All right. Now we're going to put our legs together and we're going to reach all the way up nice and tall. And as far as you can go, we're going to bend over to the floor. If you need to bend your knees a little bit, feel free to do that. Get a nice hamstring stretch in. If you can't go to the floor, no worries. Just let yourself hang here. You should feel it in the back of your legs. All right. Feel free to do more stretches on your own if there's anything else that's feeling a little tight or sore. Awesome job today, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. And I just want to remind you guys that the next workout will be on Monday at 5:30 if you want to come again. And feel free to stay on to talk with me and Dr. Elmer, or if you have any comments or suggestions. So enjoy your day, everybody. Have a nice weekend. Thank you.